I'm Stephanie Hilpin. Welcome to my classroom. I want to start with our 3 personal standards. In my classroom, it's very important that students make good decisions, solve their problems, and show respect. The students helped me in creating anchor charts for the behaviors they wanted to model and what it looks like and sounds like to make good decisions, solve your problems, and show respect. I love the student voices on here. They thought they could say things like, "Are you okay? I'm sorry. Can I help you?" For solving problems, I can figure this out myself. We can fix things together, or I need to ask a grown-up for help. For ways that they can show respect is they can ask someone to give them some space. They can watch their voice level and say, "Please stop." So I incorporate a Monopoly clip chart in my classroom, so that way you're not seeing, oh, they're having a good day or a bad day. Only I know and the student know. They're allowed to clip forward for great behavior, doing really well on their tests, as well as through getting chance cards. So these are just a fun way to encourage students. They can earn treasure box, they can earn bring a stuffed animal or no shoes or snack box. They can also, when they land on the brain bump spot, they get math problems aligned with what we're doing in math for other opportunities to work with their partners and to clip up. When students are continuously showing great behavior, they can earn glow notes at the end of the week that go home, and just a fun way to celebrate my students and let their families know how they're doing. For students who are struggling to keep their personal standards, we always talk about what's going wrong, and they help me sign and fill out a grow note to show if they were being disrespectful, having a hard time controlling themselves, using unkind words, and these do go home for a parent signature. And I always let them know on Remind or email that it's coming home as well. If students continue to make poor choices and earn 2 grow notes, after that they get a hot slip. That's a school-wide discipline program for extreme behaviors or hate speech or fighting at school. Hot slips, if students earn 3 of those, will be suspended, but I like to incorporate more positive behavior strategies in my classroom so it doesn't have to get to that. For my students who are on behavior intervention plans and have a harder time keeping their personal standards, they have daily behavior logs called How Was My Day? In the morning and afternoon, they get to grade themselves and see how are they doing with their personal standards, working independently and following directions. So they help me fill this out, and it goes home for parents to sign every day so we can keep an accurate log of how they're doing. For transitions in my classroom, I like to use CHAMPS. So C stands for conversation, their voice level. H is what they can do when they need help. A is for activity. M is for what their movement is. P is for participation. And S is for success. The students love to yell this one with me, and we say, "Champs have success." When I need to get my students' attention, I'll ring our class doorbell when they have headphones on, so that way they can hear it and they know immediately to put their tablets down and look for directions. Some of our other attention signals are 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. 4, 5, 6, our eyes are fixed. Once I need students to transition either to the carpet or to their desks, they made a really fun chant from our habitat studies, and they'll say, "The jaguar's coming," and everyone goes quickly and quietly to the carpet and says, "Shh, shh, shh." Students each have a designated dot spot on the floor, so that way they are in their own space and can be better successful when we're on the carpet. We always review our rug rules when we get to carpet. Students are asked to keep their hands to themselves and empty. Their eyes are forward, their voice is off, their ears listening, and their hands raised. They can all recite that by heart now. Another thing I love to do to help my transitions go smoothly is give students brain breaks. I have this choice board where my brain break leader for the week can pick games, more talking brain breaks, movement brain breaks, or sketching, breathing, music. So lots of choices for them to unwind and help them be better learners. When students come in the morning, I always have their morning work display so they know exactly what to do. And I have it color-coded with images for those that are still learning to read, as well as those that have morning jobs to do. They always have some morning work to keep them busy while I'm taking attendance and doing other things. I also use a choice board to help students who finish early while we're completing our morning routines. I collect student work in the same spot, so this is where they turn in their folders every day, important forms from home, as well as their homework. Some routines that I have incorporated for students who are late is they'll always bring in their tardy slips, put their folders away in their backpacks, and just join us. I don't like to call students out for being late at all. I'd always just welcome them warmly. If attendance becomes a problem, though, I would talk with the office or the parent to see what we can do to get them to school on time. For students who are absent for a long period of time, I collect work on their desk, and when they return, it goes in their folder, so it can go back home. To help my students be a part of our learning, we made this beautiful sunshine of our class mission statement. Every student signed it around the outside, and they also made a chant to go along with it. Each student in my class will have a job to do. These rotate every week to help the students be a part of our learning and our routines. They love learning their new jobs, and they love getting promoted each week to a new job. Each team also has a helper, and these students will just help me with collecting materials, having faster transitions, and making our classroom nice and organized. Thank you. Also, our class golden rules. These are in addition to our 3 personal standards. I feel like these are the big ones my students needed the most help with. So we've got that we always follow directions the first time, we make smart choices, we keep our hands and feet to ourselves, so that way they can work and play safely. So those golden rules align with my behavior management plan and our personal standards. For grading and keeping track of student work, I use rubrics for everything, so that way students know what's expected. They give themselves a score on the top, and then after I grade it, I mark how they did on the bottom. I use this for math, writing, and anything else that we do in the class. So back here is where I always do my small groups to support my English language learners, showing respect for their cultures and diverse community is really important to me. So we always have artifacts of hard student work that they've done, and I love pulling small groups to the back table to work on the specific skills that they need. I'm the TESOL teacher on my team, and so my English language learners take time about 3 times a week back here to work on their phonics skills, their reading skills, and vocabulary with me. To monitor respectful talk and active listening, I always make sure students are taking turns. We remind each other to be good listeners, to use our nice voices, and what our voice level should be from CHAMPS. My lessons acknowledge student backgrounds and lives outside the classroom by having students have regular opportunities to learn about healthy habits, reviewing what we've learned about healthy bodies in our reading curriculum. We also review our hygiene practices, such as washing hands and other things that little kids need. As far as safety goes, we regularly practice our drills in our classroom and invite our resource officers to come and practice with us. I make my classroom pleasant for all that enter by I always say hi to them, I check in with how they're doing, I make sure that I show respect for their feelings. Students in first grade have lots of big feelings, and so we take time to talk about that and give them a break in the calm down corner if they need it. I make learning accessible for all students in my lesson plans, I always plan for my students with IEPs who are on SAT plans and English language learners. Technology in our classroom, all students have their own iPad devices, and they have set and clear expectations for how to take care of those that they've signed and their parents have signed. And this is my classroom. Thank you for coming.